الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وآله. أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام. My dear brothers and sisters, thank you for coming today and making sure that you use your no break to be here. I know it takes an effort of many of you, so Jazakumullah khair for trying to hold on to this ritual every week. And I know sometimes it's cold and it's not easy to be out there. But before we start, we just make sure two things. Your phone is silent, and if you try to make the Friday lines to allow the people who's stuck out there to be in, please. Jazakumullah khair. My khutbah today is about the basics. In my last khutbah, I spoke about the relationship with Allah. And I used the term relationship so I can put it in context. How, as a relationship, we try to adhere and try to persevere with any type of relationship between you and your parents, between you and your friends, between you and your wife, between you and your sons and daughters. We try to persevere. There's lots of struggle into it, but also lots of rewards. And the same thing with Allah Azza wa Jal. And obviously this is the most important relationship we have. Now, that in a sense is the first principle in Islam, the first pillar, as in La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. The second principle is the salah. Now we've heard it all. We know many hadith about how important salah is, and you being here is actually one proof that you know how important salah is. At least a Friday. So you try to persevere, you try to come, you try to make a way, you try to amend your day schedule to be here today. Some of you taxi drivers and struggle to find parkings, and they come also try to make their ways and decline some trips maybe and come here. Students who try to squeeze this between the lectures. So Jazakumullah khair. But we also know that's important to keep the 5 prayers. Not just the Friday, but the 5 prayers every day. Especially the morning one, which is a tricky one. And it's important to remind ourselves of the basics, because sometimes things get complicated into gray areas. And it's a good principle, tactics, to go back to the basics, remind ourselves, and then boost ourselves again. This is why we go back to the basics. Although there's other pressing issues, but the important is the fundamentals, the foundations of us, of our relationship with Allah Azza wa Jal, which will reflect positively on us. So, yes, it's the second pillar of Islam. It's important. And you've heard it all. But it's good to remind ourselves why important. And we can talk a lot about the spiritual side of it, the physical side of it, the commitment side of it. But I also like to use two examples. One of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and one of Umar radiallahu anhu. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as we know, he loved the prayers. He used to pray all the time. Not just the 5 minutes, but an-nawafil, as-sunan, before and after the salat. The duha, which is, after the sunrise. Taraweeh in Ramadan. Qiyam al-layl, at night, every night. So he enjoyed salah. And he knew it was important. And when he was on the bed of death, he had a fever. And every time he woke up from his fever, he would ask, did the people pray? The first thing. This tells us straight away how important that is. Maybe you don't understand the benefit of it, but we know how important, because Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to say, did the people pray? Not just because he's the leader and the imam, and this is when he was, no, did the people pray? Because he knows this is important. And he would try to pray as well, as much as he can. And we know from the stories that, they used to put the wudu for him, but he was struggling, he would faint again. Umar ibn Khattab, as we know, he was stabbed to death, to his death, while he was doing the Fajr. While he was doing the Fajr, he stabbed to his death, he lost his pressure went low, lost lots of blood, and then he lost conscious. When he woke up, the first thing he asked is, did the people pray? That tells you how important it is. Umar ibn Khattab used to write to the rulers of the provinces to say, one thing important for me, is the most important to me, is you, as a ruler, as someone I implore you to look after the people's affairs. The first thing important, he didn't say amana, he didn't say good behavior, good character. He said the first thing that is very important for you, guess what? Salah. He says if you keep it, if that was straightened, everything else will straighten back. Now we know the ayah that says, إِنَّ الصَّلَاةَ تَنْهَى عَنِ الْفَحْشَاءِ وَالْمُنكَرِ وَالْبَغْيِ. Fahsha and munkar and baghi. It says, as-salah will eliminate that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, people came to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, says one of the Ansar says, one of the riwayat narration says he was a young lad. And it says he would pray nighttime, and other narration says he would read the Quran at nighttime, but during the day he would go and steal. How would that work? It says if he keep on praying, that will take care of his stealing. He will stop stealing. If you do it right, it will protect you. So that's the importance. And obviously there is other hadith as well that says Muhammad ﷺ was asking his followers, using an analogy, says if you have a river by your house and you washed from it 5 times a day, what will happen? You'll be clean. You'll be squeaky clean. If you wash a few times, so we all now have obviously the showers, what have you. So if you go in 5 times clean, just have a shower 5 times a day, and this is how the prayers cleanse us. But it doesn't just cleanse us, it changes us from within. And once you change from within, lots of problems will disappear. We all know how sometimes others complain about a problem and we know it's actually them. And they might complain about you and we know it's actually him. One-sided story, what have you. So once you change it from within, many problems will disappear. There's a saying in the West that says, if you keep doing things the same way, you'll always have the same result. And guess what? If you have a problem with it, the problem will stay there. But praying, if you keep doing it, if you maintain, it will teach you commitment, it will teach you self-discipline. It's the connection with Allah. Not just the once a week, but 5 times a day. If you love somebody, you want to be with them. If you love somebody, you'll mention them all the time. And I mentioned this in our relationship the last time with Allah Azza wa Jal. And this is how this is important. This is why, this is one of the things we know why praying is important. So, yes, we all know it's important. We agree on that. But we struggle to have that self-discipline. We struggle to maintain it. Many of us. Even people with beard, even people who try to be good Muslims, even people who really try their best to fast Ramadan and be a good person, and he will do lots of sadaqah and zakah. But when it comes to pray, he struggles, or she struggles. And in terms of priorities, praise comes first. Obviously, the moment you say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, then straight away pray it. And there's this agreement about the hadith that the salah is whoever left it, then there's kufr. And there's this agreement is it kufr, that gets you out of the millah or keep you on the millah? And that's the disagreement. So this agreement is, are you big baddie or little baddie? There's no disagreement you're a baddie, but disagreement how big you are. Either way, you're still a baddie. I would be a baddie if I don't keep my praise. The 5 times. And don't go while you're asking, you know what, I'll do it in a lazy way. And we all know that. But how to do it? You find your way of how to do it. If I spoke with an athlete, there is actually a big famous name, but I don't mention names because everybody have pros and cons, so we can't get into side now tracked. But a big name in the West became a Muslim. And before he becomes Muslim, he's an atheist. So mashallah, alhamdulillah, Islam had a big boost with his Islam because he went on to be a preacher about Islam. And being an atheist for a Christian family to become a Muslim, he was very vocal about his experience, which I personally benefited from. But he used to be a jogger before Islam, and used to be also American football player. He knows what it takes to have results, physical activities. It wasn't hard for him to pray 5 times. When he first became Muslim, people said to him, it's going to be hard, but you'll get to it. You'll get used to it. Don't push yourself. You'll ease into it. And to him he says, well, I don't know, it's easy. Because he's used to this commitment to physical activities. Now some of us don't commit to physical activities, but they have other cheats. They committed maybe to study, and they know how much you have to do a lot of hard work and research in order to get high grades and become prominent in his field. So despite of his lack of physicalities, but he knows that hard work will get you somewhere. So everybody have their own thing. So you try to find your own thing, your own style, one of learning and 2 of application, and apply that to praise. Because it have both of them. It have the physical thing, it have the spiritual side of it as well. So you try to find your way. And if you talk to different people give you different methods. And as you know, we're learning here, lots of us here students, and we know there's different learning styles in the way we take in. But the most important thing that I always repeat in different aspects, if you want to be good at something, what you need to know, 1, increase your knowledge. Common sense. 2, keep on learning more about it. And try and errors. Find other ways. And 2, be with people who's also in the same frame of mind. Ask Allah for forgiveness for all of us. Ask Allah to show us the right way. Ask Allah to make us love a prayer and stick to it. Ask Allah Azza wa Jal to help us to understand the Quran. Ask Allah for all of us the hidayah, to get us on the right path and get us stuck to it. And ask Allah to forgive us all our sins. Ask Allah to help those people who are in need, those people who are in pain, those people who need help and assistance, to help them. Allow us to be a part of their help. Allow us to help others who are misfortunate, because we are, alhamdulillah, in lots of blessings here. Allow us to see our blessings and thank Him for it the way He likes us to thank Him. Alhamdulillah. قل قولك استغفر العظيم.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله